Welcome to The Awakening with Kelvin Phiri, and this is the Bridges to Prosperity series, a space where we reflect on our past, examine our present, and project into the future of Africa, especially as we look ahead to the year 2050. Today's episode takes us to a story that's quietly rewriting Zambia's global image. According to a recent 2025 article by The Nation titled Top 10 Countries with Largest Manufacturing Companies in Africa, Zambia now ranks among the top 10 most industrialized countries on the continent. That's right. Our nation, once viewed only as a mining economy, is now counted alongside South Africa, Egypt. This may come as a surprise to some, but when you look at what's been happening behind the scenes in the last few years, you begin to understand why Zambia is rising. And it's not by accident. To appreciate where we are today, we need to remember where we came from. Zambia gained independence in 1964 with high expectations. We had the world's third largest copper reserves, our land was rich, our people were hardworking, and for a while it looked like we were on a clear path to prosperity. But we made some difficult economic choices. We nationalized the mines. We became heavily dependent on copper exports. When global prices fell in the 1970s and 80s, our economy took a hit, and so did our ambition to industrialize. Many factories closed down, imports replaced local production. By the early 2000s, Zambia was known more for what it exported raw, mainly copper and cobalt, than what it produced or added value to. But something changed in the last few years. When President Hichilema came into office in 2021, Zambia was facing one of its most serious economic crises. Debt had piled up, the kwacha was unstable, confidence in our economy was at a low point. But instead of retreating into survival mode, the country chose reform, chose transparency, and most importantly, chose to diversify. The government took bold steps. It restructured billions in public debt. It worked with the IMF and other institutions to bring stability. And with that foundation, Zambia began rebuilding its industrial base, not just with talk, but with action. Now let's talk about energy, because no country can industrialize without it. Historically, Zambia has relied heavily on hydroelectric power, but recent droughts reminded us of the danger in depending too much on rainfall. So Zambia has shifted. In 2023, the Kafue Gorge Lower Hydro Plant was fully commissioned, adding 750 megawatts to the national grid. That's significant. But Zambia didn't stop there. 2 solar power plants, one at Riverside 34 megawatts and another at Itimpi 60 megawatts, were brought online in Kitwe between 2023 and 2024. Together, they have helped stabilize electricity supply for both households and industries, and laid the groundwork for Zambia to eventually become a regional energy exporter. And with energy secured, the wheels of industry started turning. Across Zambia, new multi-facility economic zones are popping up. These are industrial parks with tax breaks, ready infrastructure, and access to transport networks. Places like Chibombo, Ndola, and the Lusaka South MFZ are attracting investment in food processing, cement manufacturing, plastics packaging, steel, and light engineering. Manufacturers like Trade King, Zambeef, Lafarge, and Dangote are expanding. Some of them are now exporting not just within Africa but to Europe and beyond. In fact, just recently Zambia began exporting avocados to South Africa, opening a new chapter in agricultural trade. Source: ZNBC. This is what transformation looks like. Not just exporting raw crops, but entering regional and international value chains with processed or packaged goods. Let's also talk about copper, still the bedrock of Zambia's economy. As of 2022, copper accounted for about 70% of Zambia's export earnings. That's a big number, but even here, Zambia is thinking ahead. There are now active discussions with the DRC and Afreximbank to establish an electric vehicle battery value chain using our copper and cobalt resources to make battery components within Africa, not just export the ore and watch others get rich. That's the essence of industrialization, value addition. Now, this rise hasn't just been about big numbers or foreign investors. It's also about people. When I visited some of these zones during my recent trip, I saw young Zambians working in clean, modern manufacturing environments. I spoke with small-scale farmers who are now supplying to food processors. I met returnees, Zambians from the diaspora, who are building factories and investing in agro-processing. This is not just growth, it's inclusive growth. Of course, we still have challenges. As I said earlier, copper still dominates our exports and the economy is still vulnerable to global commodity prices. Our agriculture, while promising, remains at risk due to climate change, droughts, and limited mechanization. We also have to continue building skills, improving vocational training, and ensuring our education system meets the needs of a modern industrial economy. But the difference today is that we are no longer passive. Zambia is not waiting for the world to fix its problems. We are actively shaping our economy and building toward long-term transformation. So, what does all of this mean for us Zambians at home and abroad? It means that this is the moment to invest, the moment to support local industries, the moment to upskill, the moment to dream bigger than just building a house. We can build companies, create jobs, and become part of the Zambia we want to see in 2050. Because the Zambia that is rising now is no longer just a copper exporter. It is a country of energy producers, agri-producers, steel manufacturers, and innovators. As we close, I want to leave you with this. When Zambia is included among Africa's most industrialized countries, it is not just a trophy or a headline, it is a signal. A signal that when leadership, policy, and people align, Africa can rise. So wherever you are, whether you're listening from Kitwe, Kaosama, Cape Town, or Canada, ask yourself, what role can I play in building Zambia's next chapter? Thank you for listening to The Awakening with Kelvin Phiri. This has been another episode in our Bridges to Prosperity series. If this inspired you, please subscribe, share it with someone, and join the conversation. What industry do you think Zambia should focus on next? Right, until next time, stay awake, stay engaged, and keep building.